is my favorite winter soup recipe. You take any vegetables that I can find in the winter and make a delicious soup in a big pot. The secret of cooking all these vegetables in a soup is that each vegetable takes different time to cook. I start filling the pot with the vegetables that take less time to cook, and then the greens take shorter time, so I add them last. If you're cooking soup with cabbage, the secret of having the cabbage be nice and soft and flavorful inside the soup is to have the cabbage chopped and left for a couple hours to soak in olive oil and salt. You can chop the entire head of cabbage or half of it, depending on how much room you have in your pot. After you chop the cabbage, add some salt to it and some olive oil and some freshly squeezed lemon. Make sure that you don't get the seeds of lemon into the cabbage. Mix everything and let it sit for a few hours. The combination of olive oil, salt, and lemon juice will allow cabbage to soften and become ready to be cooked. Peel and clean the veggies. I usually start with onions and tomatoes or peppers. Peel the beets. With medium heat, start with a stick of butter. Chop and add onions. Once butter is about to melt, add the onions. Stir the onions. Chop bell peppers. And the peppers. Stir them. Cover with a lid while you're shredding beets and carrots. Shred the beets. Add the beets to the soup. Shred the carrots and add them as well. Add your favorite spice. I love Garam Masala powder. It just has this very hearty flavor. Add the cabbage that you prepared earlier, that's soaked for a couple hours in olive oil and lemon juice. Now all you need to do is add water and stir. You can also use any kind of broth that you like. Now cover it and let it cook for a few hours. When vegetables are almost done cooking, it is time to add the leafy greens. Today I will be using the kale and Swiss chard. Kale takes a little bit longer to cook, so I'm going to chop it and put it in first, followed by the Swiss chard. Now add the kale to the soup. The remaining vegetables should be nicely cooked. Now we're going to cook the kale. The kale probably cooks about 5 minutes. When vegetables cook, they shrink. So initially we started with a mountain of vegetables, and now they're nice and cooked and flavorful with nice spices. Close the top. Swiss chard cooks the fastest, so we're going to chop it last. Make sure it's fully washed. Add Swiss chard and stir the pot. These vegetables compress pretty nicely. Optionally, if you would like some protein, you can add some beans or some meat, whichever you prefer. I'm using today the white northern beans. You can cook the beans from scratch or add them from the can. And now finally, after a few hours of cooking, the soup is ready to be tasted. Check if you need some more salt or some more spices, and add some salt to taste. Stir the pot one final time. And finally, voila! My favorite winter soup recipe. Serve it with fresh basil and fresh cilantro. Delicious. It has the color of beet, the sweetness of carrot, the spices and flavor of garam masala, stewed for hours and imbibed with all the flavor, and it's hearty for the winter, extremely healthy. Can be vegan if you want to avoid butter, but with butter it's extremely delicious. All these vegetables yield about 2.5 gallons of soup. Top it with some fresh basil and fresh cilantro. And it's ready to serve. Butter yourself. And if you enjoy this recipe, I'm looking forward to bring more recipes from Mrs. Boots.